Hello and welcome to a 9th Age battle report. It's the Dwarven Holds versus the Warriors of the Dark Gods. We're going into Dwarven deployment, starting from the far side. We've got a unit of 25 Seekers with full command and the Vanguard upgrade. Next to that we've got 24 Kingsguard with full command with the King in that unit. He's got a 1-up armor save, 4-up ward save, the Rune of Mountains, the Rune of Forge, and he has a great weapon. Next to them we've got 40 Clans Warriors with great weapons and full command. Just tucked in behind them there's a unit of 15 Clans Warriors with thrown weapons and a musician. Just off to the side then we've got an organ gun. Next to the organ gun we've got a unit of 23 Iron Guard with a runic smith in there and the BSB. And just the units closest to us we've got 15 Clans Warriors again with thrown weapons and musician. In the big unit of Clans Warriors we've got the banner of swiftness, which gives them again Vanguard. So the plan is just to push them up as quick as I can and get into combat fast and hopefully break through them. The spells I've got there is the Rune of Metal, which targets may re-roll failed armor saves, and the Rune of Resilience, which is -1 to wound my target unit. So he's got 5 knights there. The Hydra standing for Chimera, and just off this, it's 20 Barbarians with his level 4 Wizard. He's got a max unit of Warriors with Halberds. Next to them, just in the middle there, he's got a max unit of Chosen with the level, his General in it, and his BSB. Again, he's got another 20 Barbarians next to them. They both got flails, and on the far side, he's got 10 Barbarian Horsemen with Lancers. So that's a picture of the dwarves after Vanguard, and obviously his knights there as well. So I move up with the Kingsguard and the Iron Guard there just to hold the line, and I'll swift reform both of my smaller clan units with the thrown weapons there to protect the organ gun from the oncoming knights down either flank. So again, you know, I'm just trying to get up as quick as I can. I'm hoping he comes forward to get at least 2 of my units in, hopefully, and we'll go from there. So, shooting with the organ gun, I need 5 shots. I'm aiming at the Chosen. Hopefully I get 1 or 2 hits. So, you know, it's quite a big unit that is. I want to whittle them down slightly. So yeah, look at them 5 and 6s. I'll get 11 hits on that unit. That was fantastic. Out of that 11 hits, I kill 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 of them. So not a bad turn of shooting at all. So he charges his Chimera into the flank of the Iron Guard and fails. And he moves his Barbarians up just like that, and he brings his knights around a little bit as well. Magic doesn't get anything off, and he doesn't have any shooting. So, I charge the Kingsguard and the Warrior unit into the Barbarians. Now, I don't need both of the units in there, but what I do want is for me to overrun with my Warriors into the Chosen. And to do that, I think I needed a little bit of extra punch with the Kingsguard, just to help him out slightly. And you know, the Kingsguard pushes the unit over a bit as well, so I should get a full frontal overrun on that. Now, they're both +1 strength on the charge, so the Kingsguard are going to be strength 7, and the Warrior unit is going to be on strength 6. I've got 13 attacks coming from the Kingsguard plus the King, and I've got 1, 2, 3, I think there's 3 attacks coming from the Warrior unit as well. I'm happy I'm going to defeat that unit and probably kill every last one of them, and hopefully get the overrun into the Chosen. I think it's a 5-inch overrun, so it's below average for me on that one. I'm quite happy with the situation there. Iron Guard move up just to protect the flank of my warrior unit from his warrior unit, because I don't want them getting in with those halberds. So that could be quite devastating for me. As you can see there, I've got my BSB on the front right, and I've got the Runic Smith on the front left. Yeah, I've moved the Seekers up to go towards the objective for some reason. It's a bloody stupid move. And I roll 6 for the Winds of Magic. Managed to get off the Rune of Metal onto the King's Guard for a reroll of failed armour saves. I ended up shooting with the organ gun at this unit, the Barbarian Horseman, and kill 4. Unfortunately, they passed their panic test and they hold. So combat here, we see we absolutely devastate that unit. I think it's 3 men left standing, so he double ones for that one. I overrun with both units. I get the full frontal charge off, the full frontal charge I want on the Chosen, and we fail to catch anything. That's just a look at the flank there. So again, he tries to charge his Chimera into the Iron Guard, and I think he gets his wings or his feet caught around the house and ends up failing again. So he wasn't too pleased about that. He gets his knights into the front of my Iron Guard unit, which I'm happy about. I'm going to stand there all day with them, I think. So it's just overview there. The token there is for the objective, which is number 6, which is 12 inches off our deployment zone and 24 inches apart. Sorry. Here the horseman, the Barbarian Horseman, actually charged the flank of the far side unit of clansmen. Now they're strength 6 on the charge of their lances. There's no way I can withstand that, so I'll have to flee. I run through my own unit and pass my panic. Here, close combat, the Chosen do a number on me. They kill an absolute shed load. What did I lose there? I think I lost 15 or so, and I killed 7 of his. He wins combat, I'm steadfast, and I stay. No charges in this turn, I just turn to face the flanks of both my units. Rally the clansmen there on the far side. So not a lot of movement really for the dwarfs. So for magic phase I roll 11, I get a channel, so I'm on max dice. Now I should get at least 1 spell off, hopefully. It would be nice with that amount of power dice. And I eventually get 2 off. I get -1 to wound and the reroll for armour saves onto my clan unit. I hope they should stay there. Shooting does absolutely nothing. It does 1 wound against the knight unit there. And after close combat, the brave clan warriors are defeated and they turn and run. The Chosen turn to face the oncoming storm of the Iron Guard. The combat here shows the warriors and the Iron Guard having a fight. We destroyed the warriors, absolutely annihilate them, but unfortunately they rolled double ones to stay, and now I've got the knights and the Chimera bearing down on my flank. So he decides to charge his Barbarian Horseman into my clan's warriors, which I think was a very, very good move. So which sees me fleeing through my own units for his warriors. Luckily I don't take any dangerous terrains, but it's not the best place for me to be in. The Chimera could charge the rear and the Barbarians could come to the front. And as suspected, he manages to bring his knights and his Chimera into the flank of the Iron Guard. I don't think they're going to hold up with that one. His magic, he gets off -1 leadership and -1 to hit onto my unit, but he does miscast and he gets the catastrophic detonation, which kills 1 or 2 of his models. So after combat, 21 models go down to 11. Yeah, they got absolutely annihilated in that turn. the knights get pushed out of combat, but luckily I'm stubborn on a 10 and I'll pass. So Kingsguard and the Seekers declare charges against the Knights and the Chosen. The Chosen flee, and just before this turn, sorry, what I forgot to mention was he actually put his general and his BSB out of the unit. Excuse me. So the warriors, sorry, the Chosen flee through the general and the BSB. You have to obviously take a panic test for pass. The Kingsguard then redirect into his general and his BSB, who flee again. I can't catch him, so it's a failed charge there. The Seekers need a 9 to get into the Knights on Swift Stride, but unfortunately failed. We got an 8 in the end, which is a bit upsetting. The Clans Warriors don't rally and they end up half inch off the table, so it's still in it at the moment. The Organ Gun manages to shoot off the last 3 remaining of the Chosen, which were just off the corner there, so I'm happy with that. I've got the points for that one. My magic sees me getting both my spells off onto the Iron Guard unit, so that should give them a bit more staying power. All throughout this combat he has been attacking my BSB and my Runesmith, but they're both got, you know, 1-up armor save and a decent ward save, and he just can't get through it. You know, they've managed to shrug off everything. He finally kills no, sorry, he doesn't. You know, he just kills the last couple on the back rank there, and we stick around on our leadership 10. So, like I said, the Knights got pushed out of combat. They managed to charge the rear. I'm hoping I might be able to hold, but I doubt it. So, straight in, he doesn't get much magic off, to be honest, and again he's got no shooting, so he manages to kill the Iron Guard unit to a man, which obviously means the characters don't get bodyguard. We fail our leadership 10 reroll and we get ran down. So that's what this looks like. The Kingsguard are going to go and charge the warriors who turn to face them, and the Seekers are looking at the Chimera and are going to charge in there. Now the Iron Guard needs 7, which is an average roll, and the Seekers need an 8, and we fail it again. Excuse me. I'm devastated at this point. You know, 2 turns of failed charges, not looking fantastic. I'm now going to get either 1-on-1 charge or a double charge with both of the Chimera and the Warriors unit. So shooting takes off a couple of the Knights there, who panic and start running, and magic doesn't do anything this turn. So I've obviously lost my Runic Smith. Shooting sees the Clan Warriors and the Organ Gun take off 2 more of the Knights, and he panics. And as before, he put the Chimera and the Warriors into the Kingsguard unit there, which I'm more than happy with. He charges the flank of the Barbarian Horseman. Sorry, he charges the flank of the Organ Gun with the Barbarian Horseman, and the Knights failed their leadership test and carried on running. He brings in the Barbarians with the level 4 Wizarding a little bit closer for spell reasons. That doesn't get anything off, and that's what it looks like on the overview. So the Horsemen absolutely tear the Organ Gun a new one and run into the flank of the Clansmen there, unsurprisingly. That's not going to go hold well, I don't think. He kills 7 of my Kingsguard He's got a charge and a banner. I kill 6 of his with 2 ranks and a banner, so it's a drawn combat and we both stay. So going into the last turn for the dwarfs, I decide to charge the clan warriors into the front of the horsemen there to try and help out the other unit with combat res. And the Seekers finally made it into the Chimera, which has been a long time coming, but we're eventually in, and I think that combat's all but won. So here, even though I did charge in to try and get that plus for the combat res, he ends up winning combat by 1. The charging unit ends up fleeing. The other unit ends up staying and reforming. Here the Seekers actually do all but 1 wound to the Chimera, and a single King's Guard finishes them off. We also take 4 or 5 of the warriors off and run down what's left of the unit. With that, we just turn and face like that. See the Seekers there sitting on the objective, and the King's Guard facing the barbarians. So there's no movement for him. There's no magic, no shooting. He's not enraged anything for his magic, and again, he's got no shooting. So straight to combat here with the barbarian horseman and the clansman. We actually win combat by 1. He fails his break test, and we couldn't quite run him down, unfortunately. And that's how the game ends there. It's been an absolutely fantastic game. I really enjoyed it. My opponent enjoyed it. It was an absolute bloodbath from start to finish. My MVP unit has to be the Iron Guard again. They just took on 3 awesome Warriors of the Dark Gods units, and they just managed to hold them up for 2 or 3 turns. Absolutely doing what they're meant to do, and let my other units do mop up in the flanks. He takes off about 1300 points. I take off just under 1800 from him, and I'm sat on the objective, so I get an extra 480 points there. So it's a massive win for the dwarfs. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe and comment, and I'll try and get another one up as soon as I can. Thank you very much for watching.